Notice of deceptive trade practices. Understanding deceptive trade practices and fraud on the court. Deceptive trade practices involve false, misleading, or unfair business conduct, often used to manipulate transactions, defraud consumers, or misrepresent material facts. When such practices infiltrate legal proceedings, they constitute fraud on the court, a severe violation that undermines judicial integrity. Key aspects of deceptive trade practices. 1. False representations, misleading claims about a product, service, or legal standing. 2. Suppression of material facts, omitting crucial information to deceive the other party or the court. 3. Unfair business tactics, engaging in unethical, fraudulent, or coercive conduct. 4. Fraudulent court filings, presenting false evidence, perjured testimony, or misleading legal arguments. Example application. A lender fabricates financial documents to enforce a debt in court, falsely claiming a valid contractual agreement. The defendant files a notice of deceptive trade practices to challenge the fraudulent claim and expose the lender's misconduct. Fraud on the court, definition and legal consequences. Fraud on the court occurs when an officer of the court, such as an attorney or judge, engages in deception that compromises the fairness of judicial proceedings. It is a serious offense that can result in case dismissal, sanctions, or even criminal charges. Common forms of fraud on the court: perjury by an attorney, witness, or party, fabrication or suppression of evidence, intentional misrepresentation of legal facts, collusion between opposing parties to manipulate outcomes. Example application. An attorney knowingly submits falsified documents to secure a fraudulent judgment. The opposing party issues a notice of deceptive trade practices and fraud on the court to demand an investigation and nullify the fraudulent judgment. Issuing a notice of deceptive trade practices. A notice of deceptive trade practices and fraud on the court serves as a formal legal challenge to expose misconduct. The notice should identify the fraudulent conduct and those responsible, cite relevant laws and ethical violations, demand corrective action, such as case dismissal or sanctions. Example notice statement. I, your name, formally provide notice of deceptive trade practices and fraud on the court concerning case number. The fraudulent actions of party name have misled the court, violated due process, and warrant immediate judicial review and corrective measures. Legal and practical implications: prevents fraudulent rulings from being enforced. Exposes unethical legal tactics used in business or court proceedings. Protects the integrity of the judicial system and consumer rights. Conclusion. A notice of deceptive trade practices and fraud on the court is a powerful tool for challenging fraud in business transactions and legal proceedings. By taking legal action against deceptive practices, individuals uphold justice, fairness, and the rule of law.